คุยกันถูกคอพอดี
ครับทางงานก็แนะนำแขกรับเชิญของเราเลยนะครับ It's very my pleasure it's very my honor to have you here welcome to my show สวัสดีครับ
สวัสดีค่ะ
ว่ายสวยนะครับ you pose very good okay how are you it's very amazing here right
Yes.
It's very lovely here
It's very beautiful. It's very beautiful.
yeah you have to thank คุณแมวพี่แมว
I do. Thank you.
how many times have you been here in this lovely house
Quite a few times. I don't know actually. I mean, the first time I ever came here, I just said, "This is one of the most beautiful places I've ever been in my life." And it's just such a creation. I mean, everything is just perfect, and it's in nature and so close to Bangkok.
yes
But
exactly.
it's like it's in another world.
So we're gonna ask you about your life. So maybe female can help me introduce a little bit about herself.
Well, from what I know, Kelly is that she is a very talented song composer. She writes songs from her heart and songs that inspire people to do good things. And that's why it captured me. That she's trying to change the world into a better way. And for people to aware of the things that we take for granted in this environment. I'm not taking her show here, so I think maybe Kelly can talk about herself.
Yeah, talk about inspirations of how do you write the songs. Do you want to be the songwriter since you were young or not?
Oh, it's interesting. I grew up in a musical family. Ever since I could remember, my dad was always playing an instrument. There's a little boat going past now. It's so
It's
cute.
good. It's good.
You
It's
can't
good
see
actually.
it. My grandfather was from Ireland, and he was a great musician. I mean, he was considered to be a world-class clarinetist and very sought after by the London Symphony Orchestra. But he came to Western Australia with his family, and he founded the West Australian Symphony Orchestra. And so my father grew up surrounded all the time by musicians, and my grandfather also was a great jazz musician as well. But he died when my dad was only 14, so my dad sort of became the head of the family and then didn't pursue his music. He went on to, he was studying, very clever with science and things like that, so he went on to do other things. When I was little though, I mean, he was always playing music, just music on, you know, records or guitar, ukulele. And I taught myself to play guitar when I was 6 years old.
6 years old.
So
I played guitar since I was 6 too.
Really?
But I play like this. Bum 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 bum. Not a music.
no, well, I just clearly remember sitting one weekend and pushing my fingers on the strings until they were bleeding. Because I just wanted to do it. It's like, I always remember this John Bon Jovi song where he said he played it till his fingers bled. You know, like he played his guitar till his fingers bled when he was learning. And sometimes when people put their finger on the guitar, they're just going, oh no, it's too hard. But when you just keep going, your fingers get tough. See, my fingers are really like little ballet, you know how ballet dancers have to have really, you know, so, but it was a passion, you know, I could feel that when I was a tiny girl, and I wrote my first song when I was 7. I sang in a concert in my school when I was 7 years old.
Can you just introduce a little bit? The songs you wrote by yourself since you were 7?
7, yeah, but I can't remember it. Nobody recorded it, so I just, you know, see, that's the funny thing. I can write songs if I don't learn them quickly, or now I work with a dictaphone, so I have it there. Because otherwise, you can write a song and you can learn it, but then it's gone. Most of the songs that I know hundreds of songs, and I've written probably about 100 songs. I have about 6 CDs so far. I could have done many more CDs if I had not been, you know, working. I live on a farm with my husband and children, and if I hadn't been doing all that, I probably would have done 100 albums by now. But
6 is a lot. I mean, you know.
Yeah, well, they're all original, so it's, but I write songs just, it's like from my feeling, or just what I care about. So it's very fast. And then I have to catch the song, like, you know, if you know what I mean. Like I have to really work on rehearsing the song then, so I can learn it.
Yeah. Kumel, do you play any music? No.
But from hearing her, I think it's very talented. What we call Pon Sawan. In English, it's like you have a gift from heaven.
Gift. Yeah.
To play instruments or to do what you do. It has to be a gifted thing that it's in your blood. Yes, I know. I mean, and it's funny. I feel like I've gone through some sort of almost really repentance in a way, because I feel like I've taken that gift for granted. I haven't meant to do that. It's just I love life. You know, I love life. I love learning new things. So I haven't worked as on my music anywhere near as much as I could have. But even I have lots of things that I care about, like you know, to make a difference for the environment, and you know, I've been fighting to stop the logging of our forests in Western Australia. Many things. I love cooking, you know, and there's 24 hours in one day.
So your inspirations come from work that you really do, like the environmental something.
Oh well, yes. I mean, see, I've been writing. I started to sing professionally when I was 17. But I was writing songs that were like pop songs. And then I had a very powerful spiritual experience. I was always seeking something bigger in my life. And after this spiritual experience, the next day, within a day, I wrote this song that was completely different, which was saying the words really to humanity. If we don't stop this way of living where we are taking without giving, one day there will be silence there. It's called Song of the Bush, and it's saying there will be silence in the bush. If we take everything and give nothing back, then there will be nothing left. It makes complete sense. So, you know. And you have sung for Al Gore's conference?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I sang in one of the Live Earth concerts last year in Los Angeles, and from that someone invited me to come and sing in Toronto with Al Gore.
Al Gore is the next president of the United States.
Yeah, well,
did you see the film?
No.
What's the film? Inconvenient Truth.
Yeah, I've seen
it. Very funny
it.
Introduction. I used to be the next president of the United States.
Well, he's done something much bigger, really, for the future of the planet than being President of the United States anyway. What he's started now. I mean, when I wrote my first environmental song was almost 20 years ago, and it seemed like there was nobody in the entire world who really cared about the environment at that point.
Yeah.
And my husband and I, we've been farming with no chemicals, no superphosphates. We have planted over 100,000 trees, native trees on our farm. We've been working as full-on environmentalists just on our farm for a start for 20 years. But we have been like totally uncool, you know, in terms of the world, even where we live. People didn't understand no chemicals. Like sometimes people were very aggressive towards us because we didn't use chemicals. And from my perspective, I don't understand how the world has come to a place where we poison food that we eat, or we poison the air that we breathe, or we poison the water that we drink.
Yeah.
It's insane. But, you know, it's all about money and marketing, as opposed to human beings and animals and, you know, our environment.
Yeah. One more thing that I want to mention is what I read from the Hello magazine.
Hello.
You were in that. You were in this magazine too.